Okay, welcome back. We are talking about clarity. Clarity, getting clear. We talked about what we want in our life, what we need in our life, where we're at right now in our life. We talked about positive emotions. We've talked about negative emotions. We talked about increasing the positivity, decreasing the negativity to have a happier life. Today, what I want to talk about is something that I've already mentioned a lot throughout this video course, but it's this. Ponder. What does that mean to you? Ponder. To me, what this means is to sit down in reflection and just think. And this is what a lot of this whole discovery phase is really all about. It's about talking out loud. It's about writing things down on paper and kind of just getting everything out. And then once it's out, sit back, stand back, and look at everything that you've written and just ponder and just think. And thoughts are going to come to your head and thoughts are going to come to your mind. And write those things down as they do. And this is one of the main things and reasons and why I'm having you journal is because when you write things down in your journal, you're keeping a history of your life and what you should be doing and what I've recommended that everybody do and what I want you to do and be doing if you're not is almost on a daily, at least weekly basis, you need to just go back and look through the week and ponder and reflect. And what have you learned and what haven't you learned and what do you still need to learn and what are you doing good at and what are you doing bad at? That's the purpose of journaling, okay? So journal is the first step in pondering. Now there's some other things that I do that are a principle of success in my life that I want you to do as well. And the first one is visualizing. What does visualizing look like? Okay, so for me, what visualizing is I sit down and I usually put like some super chill music on. I'll go to YouTube and put on like meditation music or meditative music. And I'll just visualize the way I want my day to go. I'll visualize all the positivity and positive things in my life. I'll visualize my goals, my dreams, and I'll visualize just all sorts of things. I'll visualize the way I picture my business going. And when you visualize those things in your head, you're giving your mind kind of like a sneak peek of what's going to happen. And you're putting it out into the universe. And if you keep and continue to visualize, you can actualize. So visualize is one of them, okay? The other one is meditate. Meditate. I think a lot of people know what meditating is. If you haven't experimented or tried it, I would challenge you today to do that. That's your action item, is to meditate. And I use an app called Calm. And I think I paid us a $10 yearly annual subscription. But there's a daily meditation. It's called a guided meditation. It's usually about right around 10 minutes. And they do play some... No, there's no music, there's sounds. There's sounds of nature, which is awesome. And it just talks about a different topic every day and kind of guides you through some breathing techniques. And you kind of just let everything go, breathe, and just be in the moment. So I would recommend the app Calm. There's also guided meditations on YouTube. There's so many different ways to meditate, but you can Google it. But visualize, meditate. And then another thing I do is I get out into nature. If you're like me and you work in an office every once in a while, you got to get outside. So I'll take a break and go walk to the park and walk around the track because getting out into the sun and the wind and the trees and just there's something about it that brings you back in to center yourself. And if you can go hiking in the mornings or if you go out on a bike ride with your kids, I mean, there's so many things, but getting away from the daily grind of being in an office or a cubicle or whatever it is for you, get out into nature. And the last thing is noise. You want to eliminate all the noise. I have this big picture that goes like this: noise, and then a red circle and line through it. You got to get rid of that every once in a while. And now, when I'm talking about noise, what I'm talking about is all the electronics in our life: computers, phones, laptops, tablets. What else? All the distractions. So many freaking distractions in our life these days. You've got to eliminate them. They're part of the noise. And then people. You got to say no to some people. You have to. If you don't, you're going to be super distracted. So you've got the electronics, people, and the last one was distractions. Okay? Those all make up this noise that you got to get rid of. That's why there's a big red anti-sign to it. Okay? So when we're talking about pondering, we're talking about reflecting in our journal specifically. We're talking about visualizing. We're talking about meditating, getting out into nature, and eliminating the noise as much as you can. And when we can do all these things on a daily basis, or at least as often as we can, it's going to put you in the right frame of mind to be able to focus, okay? And you're going to have to be able to focus on the most important things in your life. And we'll talk about that later. Ponder is the last step in the clarity phase of discovery. We're going on to some good stuff. I hope you guys are enjoying this. Write all this stuff down in your journal. Reflect. Have a great day. God bless.